Hey everybody, anyone is here, and I am on the RMCT FTB server. Yes. And today I got a cool little project in mind that I want to work on. But before we start that, just wanted to show you some upgrades I did to the ComputerCraft room. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. It's looking pretty nice. I've also done a lot of enchanting on my gear, and take a look at that sword. Not only do I have that sword, which is awesome, I have those boots, which are also awesome, and those goggles, which is triple awesome. Now, I really need to get some protection 4 books so I can upgrade these to protection 5, and this to sharpness 5, but not there just yet. Another thing I was working on is I was doing some more research, and I came across a really crazy research. And I know I said I wasn't going to show you guys research recipes so you could, find it out for yourself. So no spoilers, yada yada. But when I did this one, I thought it was pretty crazy. This is the ultimate theory. What is it? Oh, there we go. The theory of everything. And just look at this. Look at all the research I had to do. Pretty crazy. That was a new one for me, and I got these out of note blocks. Makes sense. And I don't believe I've ever used this one, and I believe I got it out of Spider Eyes, probably? Yeah, probably Spider Eyes, but whatever the case, this is pretty cool. It has a nice little kaleidoscope effect. I almost don't want to pull this out of here just because I want to keep this like this, but I'm not done with all my research, so wanted to get that going. So let's get that out of here. And let's look at all of that. Having studied the classic elements, you now think it's time to broaden your study to the physical world. Hopefully, by studying the concrete, you will gain an insight into the ethereal. Okay. Boop. Done. And let's just take a quick look at what that just gave us, because I'm not actually sure. Awesome. Very awesome. Theory of everything. We can now do the Wand of Thaumaturge, which we need a nether star, which will not be a problem, because if you remember last episode, we have a wither skeleton grinder. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what this does differently. It has, once again, is legend. I believe store more viz, thus allowing for larger, more complex feats of magic. Wasn't this 250 also? That's also 250. That's interesting. I'm not really sure what makes this different, if this also is 250. But I believe I'm going to need this wand to do some cool stuff with the aura. And as you can see, I have opened up the crystal clusters, so I could start working on that. I have not gotten here yet, which I think I need. And I opened up my first golem, which I really want to play with, but we're going to do that next episode, just because I've been doing a lot of ComputerCraft lately. And I want to move on, you know? So that's it for the ComputerCraft. I don't think there's anything else notable to show here. No, I did actually. You know what? I got a bunch of these knowledge fragments. So let's do this real quick and see what we can find. Let's see. I believe it's just like, yeah, we go. There we go. Boom. 2 unknown research theories. And you know what? Let's just look at them real quick. Let's get that research. Oh, how does... Oh, do I have to... Oh, I gotcha. So now I put that in there, and I have to research it. Okay, so we will do that another time. Let's get that in here. As you can see, I've also found a lot of silverwood saplings. I went off about 10,000 blocks from here. I probably spent like 2 hours, 3 hours just exploring and getting silverwood saplings. So that's where all these came from. I also got 2 or 3 from Parker, which was really nice of him. So thanks, Parker. And as you can see, my collection of ComputerCraft stuff is really starting to grow, which is awesome. I've also got, look at all these obsidian totems. That is a ton of obsidian totems. So when I'm ready to start moving aura nodes around, I'm set. So, the project I'm going to be working on today is, well, I guess you're going to have to wait and see. So let me get everything all prepped up, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, and we are back, and as you can see, we are in our old temporary base. There's our new home. And the reason I'm in here is I just needed a little room to work. I opened up this wall just a little bit more. So basically what the idea is, I've been collecting a lot of music discs. I have a lot more in my chest in the main base, but I wanted to do something with them, and I would like to make a record player using ComputerCraft and touchscreens and make it all fancy. But before I could do that, I do need to play around with this a little bit because I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. I'm just assuming I'll be able to put pipes into a record player to get records in there. So let's didn't think that one through, did I? Let's see. Let's just break that. So the idea is I want to be able to have a record in each one of these. I guess one more of those. Have a record in each one. Let's get them in there. And then I want to be able to press a button on ComputerCraft and be able to play it. But before I could do that, I need to make sure that that's going to work. I'm going to actually be able to do that. So what my idea is, I'm going to put some wooden pipes on here. Okay, let's move that back a little bit. That should be fine. Okay. I'm going to put some, and I put it in the exact same place. I'm going to put some wooden pipes on here. Let's get that on there. And I guess I'm going to have to do the same thing to this one. I have the record. Awesome. Okay. And get that down. Get that in there. Okay. Like I said, I am going to put some wooden pipes onto there. And then I am going to connect those all up. Let's just get that hell out of here. I didn't think of that. Let me get some sandstone pipes. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I wound up getting a ton more sandstone pipes than I needed, but that's fine. So we're going to pipe all these together. And that's going to be the general gist of it. And then we're going to put some gates. I think I'm going to need Antarctic gates, aren't I? Okay, so you know what? I only have 2 on me. So what we'll do is we'll just work with these 2 for now to see if this is even going to work. So we're going to put a gate there. Gate there. We want to run this forward. You know what? We want to get rid of that. We're going to put an iron gate here, an iron pipe here, so it can only go straight. And now we want to see if I can pipe a record into the record player. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to work. No, it's not, is it? Maybe from the top? That kind of sucks. Okay, I am back, and after playing around a bit, what did I find out? I found out that there's absolutely, positively no way, at least that I could figure out, how to get a disc in and out of a record player. It just doesn't work. Obviously, as you've seen before, pipes don't work. I tried a deployer, which I thought would work, but the deployer didn't work. Tried a filter, pneumatic tubes. I even tried a router, and none of that worked. And I was finally about to give up, but I did a little bit more research, and what did I find? I found that a disk drive in ComputerCraft can actually play a record. That's really cool. I really wasn't expecting that. And that works out really well because I was planning on using ComputerCraft to control all this anyway. So this is a little proof of concept that I have together, and I wrote a quick little script to be able to play, stop, and eject records. And the way this works is pretty simple. So in here, as you can see, I only have one chest hooked up right now, but obviously when this is fully done, there will be a chest for each record. That's the only way I'll be able to support it. But there's a record in here, which is connected to a gate. This gate is connected, has two, is set up so when it gets a redstone signal, it pumps out. The redstone signal is going to come from this computer. On the back, which is going to send this over, around, and into the disk drive. On the back, there is another wooden pump with another Antarctic gate on there, also looking for a redstone signal. So when this gives a redstone signal from the bottom, again, this wire and this wire is not attached. When this gets a redstone signal from the bottom of the computer, it will eject the disk and put it back into the chest. Really simple. At least my proof of concept is really simple. And I wrote a quick script to do that. So let's just take a quick look at the script. It's nothing too fancy. So there's a couple functions. First, there is a play function that takes two variables. D side, which is the disk side, the disk drive side, and R side, which is the redstone side, the record redstone side. So basically, this is going to be where the disk is, and this is going to be the redstone, which is going to activate this pump. So our side is this right here. And it's really simple. Basically, it prints that it's loading a track. It turns on the redstone output for 1 second, sleep 1, then turns it off. That should give it plenty enough time to pull the record out of there. And then it's going to do a while loop, waiting for the disk to enter into the disk drive. So basically what this is saying is while not disk is present on the disk side, D side, do sleep 0.5. So basically it's just going to sleep for half a second and check again if there's a disk present. Once there's a disk present, it will print out track loaded playing track, and it will play the track with the nice disk.play audio. Disk side again, telling it which side is the disk drive. The second function is a stop. And that's really, really simple. It just stops the audio. And again, we're using D side for the disk drive side, and disk.stop audio, D side stops it. And then the third is, this one's a little bit more tricky, but it should be good enough. This is the eject function. Now, ComputerCraft does have a disk.eject API call, but that just pops the disk out of the printer, out of this drive, and that's no use for us at all. So you see eject DR side. So that's going to be disk record side. So when you trigger it, it prints ejecting track, redstone output, the redstone set output, disk record side equals true. And the disk record side is going to be down here, right here. Printed true, sleep 1, and then at false. So it's only going to turn this line on for a second, which is going to make this pump out of here, make the record go back into the chest, and that's it. And then this is just the logic. So if I pass the play command, it will play. If I pass the stop command, it will stop. And if I send the eject command, it will eject. So let's see this baby working. So let's just get in here, get out of this, exit, music.play, music play. And as you can see, it's loading track, turn that on, it's off. And now if we give it a couple seconds, wooden pipes are really, really slow at pulling things out of the chests. But as you can see, the disk's coming through. As soon as it loads in here, we're going to hear the music playing. So just give it another quick seconds. And there it goes. And there's the music. And it tells us the track is loaded, playing track. So then the next thing we want to test is stopping the music. So that's simply music stop. There you go. And as you heard, the music has stopped. And for the last command, music eject. And that is going to pulse that redstone, turn it off. And now the disk is going to come out of here any second. And it's going to shoot back into the chest. And awesome, it works. Now, obviously, this is just a proof of concept. I'm going to have to build this a little bigger. First of all, I'm going to have a row of chests for all the records, like I mentioned before. And then what I'll do is I'll put a diamond pipe on top of each one. So only the record that's supposed to go into a chest will be able to actually go into the chest. The second thing I'm going to have to do is, right now I just have, for this signal, which tells the chest, the wooden pipe to pump, I'm going to have to run a bundled cable here, and then one color for each chest. So this will change just a little bit. Let's just get back in there. So instead of play, let's go back up to play. Instead of play just turning on a redstone output, it's actually going to set the output of a specific color of red alloy cable. And when that color is going to correspond to a record, so when that turns on, that one chest, that one wooden pipe connected to a chest will trigger, which will pull the specific record we want out into the pipes, into the disk drive, and there you go. You have music going. So that's pretty much the simple gist of it. I'm thinking about, let's just get over there. I'm thinking about putting another room over here, and this will be my dedicated ComputerCraft room. And then within that room, I am going to set up an advanced monitor. And the reason why I want to use advanced monitors, let's just pull that up in NEI. This is an advanced monitor. And what's really cool about advanced monitors are not only can you stack them together, so I believe you could stack them at like 4x6 or something like that. And not only does it show color and all that fancy stuff, but part of the new API, there's actually a touch screen, which is really, really cool. So the idea is I'm going to have a screen kind of like that. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to have a screen like this. It's going to be about, yay big. Might make it a little smaller. I'm not 100% sure. And what it's going to have is it's going to have touchscreen buttons for each of the records. And all you got to do is when you want to listen to some music, press the button, and it will load everything for you. And also at the top, there's going to be play, stop, and eject. So you can play, stop, and eject. Awesome. That's going to work out really, really well. The one thing that I still have to play around with is detecting if there's a disk in the drive. So what I could do is just hit play, eject the disk every time you hit play, which would be fine. The only problem with that is, what if we want to replay a disk that's already in there? That's going to mess things up a little bit. So I think I have a couple ways to get around that using gates. So I'm going to start working this out inside my base, building it over here, like I said. And once I get a little bit more work done and a little bit more of a usable place, I will cut back. A lot of the work is going to wind up being me just programming the touchscreen and getting all that working. But luckily, my functions seem to be working well already, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. So let me get all that stuff prepped up, and I'll give you guys a status update in a second. And we are back, and it's been a few days. I had some friends stay with me, and I was sick. It's been about a week and a half, maybe even a little bit longer than that, since I started recording this episode. But because of that, I got pretty much everything done. I was doing it while I was sick, so I couldn't really record it, but it is complete. And here we go. It's the RAC music player. It is awesome. Now, this episode is really already going pretty long, so I'm not going to explain exactly how it works and all that good stuff. I'm going to do that in a separate video. That will be more of a tutorial video on how to use it and how to install it in your own base. But just to give you a quick look, I made some changes. First of all, the return pipe is still BuildCraft, just because I can use these diamond pipes, and it's the gold pipes are pretty quick. But the actual feed path is now using Red Power 2. So I'm using filters to pull the disks out of... I guess I didn't need to do that. I'm using filters to pull disks out of these chests. Hits the Red Power pneumatic tubes, goes up here, and enters into the disk drive. Pretty much the same concept as before, but now it's a little quicker. The problem with the BuildCraft pipes is they're just not really smart enough. So I was having the problem where it was just taking forever for a song to play. And it still takes a good 30 seconds, 40 seconds before a song gets queued up. But it's a lot quicker. So what you see here is the interface. All of these things are all the different records you can get in the game. And they're all touchscreen. So let's get a song queued up. And we will listen to Wait. So just right click on it, and now it's loading the disc. And as you'll see in a couple seconds here, the record will be coming up this tube momentarily. Like I said, it does take a little bit for the records to get through the tubes. I was told that there's another type of tube we can use that's quicker, but it's a lot more work and needs blue electricity, which I don't have loaded. So here comes the disc, and boom, we are playing Wait. Awesome. And if we wanted to stop it, we could stop it. As you can see, it keeps this lit up so you always know what song you're listening to, the last song you listened to, because it's going to keep it in there. So if you just wanted to listen to Wait Again, you could just hit play, and it's playing Wait. And you don't always have to eject. I mean, I put this eject button here just to make it nice and clean, but let's say you wanted to change this to say Ward. It will eject the album that was already in there and pull in the new one, Ward. And then once that comes up, Ward will be lit up and we will be good to go. So that's pretty much it in the nutshell. Like I said, I'm going to do a more in-depth tutorial on how this works and how to install this. And I'll definitely release the code for other people to use. I was thinking about adding the functionality of custom discs. But to be honest with you, I don't know of any mods that add custom records, so I didn't think it would really be worth it. If at any time, I have the framework already installed, so if at any time Feed the Beast adds any mods that adds new records, besides the Portal mod records, which do work, by the way, then I will update this. But as of right now, I really like how it works. It works perfectly, and as you can see, you hit stop, it stops the music. That stays lit up because it's still in there. And if we wanted to eject, just hit eject, and it's not lit up anymore. Awesome. Now, I also made this back button. Right now, the back button just simply closes the app. The reason I put this is I hope to make this screen control other things. So I'm going to add lighting in here, and I wouldn't mind being able to control the lighting from in this. I also want to be able to tell how much power I have stored using nuclear control. So there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but just to give you a look, you hit back, goodbye, and it shuts down. Cool. So I'm really, really happy about this. And right now I have to actually start it up manually. I'm really, really happy about this. I think this worked out really well. I'm not sure what else I'm going to put in this room. I want this to be, I think Nick called it a media room. So I think I'm going to go with that. So there's a couple other ideas I have. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. But for now, I consider this project completed. And like I said, if you want to see how to use this app in your own world, just stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a tutorial video and showing you more in depth of how it works, how to install it, how to utilize it, yada, yada, yada. So that's pretty much it for today, for this week, I guess, because it's taken me a really long time to record this episode. Anyways, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys, once I release the code, get some use out of this music player. I know I will. And yeah, I'm gonna play some Still Alive, get that going, and I'll see you guys next time.